Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. I did work through my Kanban board a little bit earlier today because I need to start thinking about my Kanban board for August. So I wanted to go ahead and get a look at this, see where we were, and then think about what needs to change or get added to my plan in August. So the first step is to look at my current Kanban board, all of those items that are in progress, and mark off what got done. We also got the entire basement cleaned out this weekend. It does need swept and a little bit more organization down there before the contractors come, but we made excellent progress this weekend. Once I figure out what has been completed, I do move it over to the completed page for July, and I am so excited how full the completed page already looks, and we still have another 10 days left in the month. But since I don't have my August Kanban board ready yet, I will just move over the next 10 days worth of videos. I usually like to move over 2 weeks worth, and then I will move over all of the home tasks that I want to complete this week. Now, I will go ahead and make a couple new post-it notes because I do need to sweep and vacuum the basement and organize a little bit down there, and I would like to get that done this week if possible. However, I need to give myself a little grace. My body is a little bit sore from moving everything around this weekend. We also pulled out some bushes in the front yard because we had a dumpster. So we got a ton done. And as much as I would like to finish the basement this week so that it is done and all I have to do is start prepping for contractors to come, I also need to keep in mind that this weekend we will probably have some house guests, and my son has a soccer tournament all weekend in town. So I need to make sure I leave time for my typical weekly home blessing tasks in addition to all the other things. But once I have my Kanban board up to date, then I copy over my videos to the sidebar of my planner. This keeps everything front and center so that nothing falls through the cracks. I do write the video titles or themes in chronological order of when I want them to be posted, just so I can kind of keep that straight in my brain. I do not list subtasks in the sidebar because it would just get a little overwhelming. I prefer to break out the subtasks throughout the days of the week. However, you need to think about how it would work best for you. Would it work best for you to put all of your tasks in the sidebar and not assign them to specific days? Or would you like to break those up and put them into specific days? I'm also going to list the two returns that I need to make this week, mostly because I have two giant boxes sitting in my dining room that need to go back to Home Depot before we have house guests. So now that I have it broken down what I want to work on this week, I am going to take those videos and break them down into their individual tasks. Starting with this video, I always get up and edit it Monday morning. Then I'll just work my way down the list. So the next video is the brain dump. I've already recorded it, so now I need to edit it. Next up is the August Kanban video. I need to complete my August content calendar before I can record that. So I will just step through each video and figure out what needs to be done and which days those need to be completed on. Keeping in mind that Friday night I will be volunteering to set up for the soccer tournament, and then Saturday and Sunday is the actual soccer tournament. And unfortunately, based upon how it was entered into our schedule, I cannot tell which of the games my son is playing in yet. So I will put one editing session on Friday. I may or may not get to it, but on Saturday and Sunday, my plan is to leave it fairly open. If I have time, I will edit a video that I'd like to go up during the following week. If I don't get to it, it's no big deal, but then I'll end the night setting up my action plan for the following week and doing my Sunday reset. Once I get these tasks written in, I will jump back up and write in my calendar for the week. I kind of know what's going on this week, so I wasn't worried about it impacting my making all the plans tasks too much. I do know that it will be a hectic week just at work and getting ready for the soccer tournament this weekend. But beyond that, I don't have anything outside of typical items that I need to be at. Wednesday, if I'm home, I may go with my son to get his haircut, but I am expecting to be in the office Tuesday and Thursday, and quite possibly and very likely on Wednesday as well. So I would like to keep that in mind as I am planning out the rest of the items for my week. So, a couple meetings here and there, mostly my kids' training and lifting schedule. And then, as I mentioned, the soccer tournament event Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I don't have the schedule for as of yet. Hopefully, that gets released here in the next day or so that I can let my family know what the game schedule is and so that I know what my volunteer schedule is. But there are no conflicts this week, nothing that I need to move around or reschedule. So that is great. They are coming to pick up the dumpster today, which is 3 days early, but it's ready to go. But then, other than having to come back and fill in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is a pretty calm week. So I'll drop in a couple more making all the plans tasks, and then I will start working on my household or my personal tasks. I did complete a brain dump this weekend, and I will go into more detail about my brain dump later this week, so you can watch for that video. But I'm just going to go through and pick those things that are my priority for the week and start working on those and assign those to a day. I am expecting today to be a fairly task-heavy day, both for work and for personal life. I do keep my work tasks separate. I felt like this was getting too cluttered when I did put my work tasks on it. And I also like to keep my notes from meetings and things like that in a separate notebook. So my tasks for work live over in that notebook. That way, I also can separate work time from personal time. I don't need to have my planner open on my desk, especially when I'm at work, because it may draw my attention away from work during those hours. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, my personal task time dwindles, and the later we get in the week, the more my energy dwindles as well. So I will reduce the number of items that I have to work on each day, progressing towards the weekend. Making sure to include those weekly home blessing tasks throughout the week so that I'm not scrambling on Friday to try to get my volunteer hours in as well as get the house prepared for visitors. So on Tuesday, I usually put my errands. If they don't get done on Tuesday, I at least have one more shot while I'm in town to do those returns. I did put stop at the greenhouse on Wednesday, but the greenhouse is closer to our house than it is to town. So if I needed to make a special trip, that would be okay. Thursday, I'll just wrap up the weekly home blessing tasks. And then Friday, the focus will be our bedding and going to get groceries for the weekend. I should have the full schedule by Friday, fingers crossed, and know who is coming when. But once I get through some tasks, I will come back to my brain dump and cross things off and pick new ones for next week. So this is my action plan for this week. What are the 3 top priorities you have for your week? I hope that everybody has a productive week, a great week, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, but I will see you in my next video. Bye.